What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the Outpost, and although it seems like there is a massive amount of backlash to Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, The Closer, it's driven almost entirely by the woke mainstream media and a small, insignificant minority of people out there that want to get this canceled, that want to get this pulled off the air. And when you see hit pieces like this from Vox, Dave Chappelle versus trans people versus Netflix. Dave Chappelle's latest Netflix special, The Closer, may be a tipping point for trans people. And you can go out there and you can find hundreds of articles right now from the past week, just like this from the mainstream media, that are making it out to be like Dave Chappelle wants trans people to come to harm, like Dave Chappelle is focusing entirely on the trans community and never says anything bad about anyone else. And that is absolutely ridiculous. This just goes to show that these people didn't actually watch this special, including people like George Takei. Now, George Takei is a lunatic, a woke loser, someone who is jealous and bitter that they did not have a bigger role in Star Trek so long ago. And he takes every opportunity to try to remain relevant, whether that's taking a shit on William Shatner after he goes to space. Like, taking a shit on someone like William Shatner, who you used to work with, and who is a big part of the Star Trek community. That thing, simply William Shatner, Captain Kirk, going to space is a massive thing for a lot of Star Trek fans in general, regardless of how they feel about Shatner. That's incredible. The idea of Captain Kirk actually going to space. But no, George Takei immediately took the opportunity to try to shit on William Shatner because he is a bitter, jealous piece of garbage. And this tweet right here, he is getting destroyed for because it is clear he has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to Netflix and when it comes to the Dave Chappelle special. George Takei: if Dave Chappelle had so blatantly attacked another minority group, such as Asians, Muslims, or Jews, would Netflix have so readily stood by his artistic freedom? It's hard not to feel like trans people are considered fair game in today's America. This is why we must speak out. That simple statement goes to show that you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And a lot of people pointed this out to him. Colin Moriarty, that you'd bring up Jews as a specific example of a group Chappelle wouldn't tell offensive jokes about proves 100% you didn't watch the special and have no idea what you're mad about. And it's very true. As it will be pointed out later in this thread, Space Jews was an entire theme for this. So he did take shots at one of the minority groups that you mentioned, because guess what? Dave Chappelle has taken shots at everyone of every different minority group. Did you watch the race draft? Don't you remember that famous skit from the Chappelle special where it's like, oh, the black people select Tiger Woods. What was it? I think the Jewish people selected Lenny Kravitz. Like, it was hilarious, and it was taking shots at everybody. Bill Burr was a part of that special. That's what made it hilarious, because it was outrageous, because it pushed the limits. That's why it was so fucking funny. Viva Frey, our man Viva Frey, it's clear you didn't actually watch the special, George, because he quite literally made fun of Asians and sticks and stones and Jews in this special. Unless you didn't get the Space Jews joke, or worse still, you didn't find it to be a joke because you think it's true. Oof. Oh, there's a harsh one from Viva Frey. And oh, there it is. This is the racial draft. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Let me see if we can. No, we probably can't play it. I'm sure it'll get copyrighted, unfortunately. Tim Young, to be fair, George was clearly watching Cuties, not the Netflix special on not the Chappelle special on Netflix. Might not be wrong there. Andrew Sullivan, he has attacked all of them. Space Jews was in the same set. So were black and Asian jokes. Did you even watch it? And Andrew Sullivan's another member of the LGBTQ plus whatever community. I remember reading his article specifically when he was defending Dave Chappelle and saying how hilarious this was. This thread is full of this because George Takei is an absolute idiot and a moron. And it really doesn't take a lot to go figure this out. I just searched Dave Chappelle Asian jokes, and this came up. Comedian Joel Kim Booster responds to Dave Chappelle's racist Asian joke from Huffington Post. In his Netflix special, Chappelle performed a blatantly racist impression of a Chinese person as part of an anti-trans joke. So hits a couple categories there, doesn't it? For as long as this woke nonsense has been going around and trying to cancel people for jokes, people have been coming after Dave Chappelle. That's just the way it is, because he talks about everybody, as most stand-up comedians, or at least good stand-up comedians, do. The fact that you can make fun of anyone and everyone is what makes comedy comedy. But time and time again, the people that are getting the most offended are one certain community, a community that he singled out a little bit. I will agree, he talked a lot about this because they freak out. They freaked out completely, and they proved exactly what Dave Chappelle was saying. 1,000%. They showed you that they were going to do exactly what Dave Chappelle said by going out to try to cancel him, to try to take this Netflix special down. And to Netflix's credit, they have stuck with it. They have refused to pull this down. Despite the uproar, Netflix co-CEO defended Chappelle in his comedy. We don't allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite hate or violence, and we don't believe the closer crosses this line. And of course, they doubled down several times with this, refusing to give in to their trans activist employees, refusing to give in to members of the mainstream media that were trying to force their hand, that were trying to pressure them into this. So shout out to Netflix for taking a stand on this specific issue. You gotta give them credit for it, because a lot of these woke lunatics want them to pull it down. They want another cancel culture scalp, and Netflix so far is refusing to give it to them. And when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, we've seen it a million times. Massive, massive support from the audience. The critics didn't like it very much, but they realize that the vast majority of people really enjoyed this special, and they're gonna stand by Dave Chappelle. And idiots, lunatics like George Takei, who's a bitter, resentful, old piece of shit, can go suck their dick. I mean, not actually, because he would probably take them up on that, but of course, metaphorically. Let me know what you think about this entire thing in the comments below. Dave Chappelle's gone after everybody, so this tweet is getting destroyed for good reason. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.